Welcome to Module 5, where we're tackling one of the most important elements of writing headlines and subject lines that actually sound like you, not like everyone else. This is where your authentic voice can really make the difference between content that gets ignored and content that gets attention. By the end of this module, you'll have practical workflows for creating headlines that cut through the generic AI noise. Let's start with the problem that we're trying to solve. You've seen them everywhere. Generic AI generated headlines that all sound pretty much the same. 5 amazing ways to transform your business. The ultimate guide to success. You won't believe what happens next. When everyone uses the same templates, everyone sounds the same. Your authentic voice, the thing that makes you different and interesting, can get completely lost in the sea of sameness. So, what makes headlines authentic? They reflect your way of speaking and thinking. They use your industry knowledge and insider understanding. They match your brand personality, whether you're friendly and casual, professional and authoritative, or somewhere in between. And importantly, they address real problems that you genuinely understand, not generic problems that could apply to anyone. Being authentic is what makes your headlines stand out from all of the template noise. Again, we're going to look at 3 essential headline workflows. First is email subject lines that actually get opened, because the best email in the world is useless if nobody reads it. Second is report titles and section headings that communicate clearly with busy professionals. And third is marketing headlines and social media posts that connect with your audience. All 3 workflows start with your authentic message and perspective, and then use a little AI structure to help make it more effective. So starting with email subject lines, always begin by asking yourself, what's my main message? Consider your relationship with the recipient. Are you formal colleagues, friendly contacts, or somewhere in between? Try to avoid generic phrases like checking in or following up. They don't tell the reader anything useful. Instead, you could include specific value or clear purpose in that subject line, which would make opening the email worthwhile. And always test by asking, does this sound like I wrote it, or could it have come from anyone? Here are some examples of generic versus slightly more tailored and authentic email subjects. Instead of following up on our conversation, you could try 3 ideas from our chat about your expansion. Rather than important information enclosed, you could go with your Q3 budget questions answered. But see the difference? The authentic versions tell the recipient exactly what value they'll get from opening the email. And they sound like they came from a real person who was actually paying attention to the conversation. For report titles and section headers, start with your key finding or recommendation. What's the most important thing you want busy executives to understand? Consider your audience's priorities and speak directly to what they care about. Avoid vague corporate speak that says nothing useful. Include clear benefits or outcomes that matter to decision makers. And test it by asking, would a busy executive understand immediately what this section is about and why it matters? Marketing headlines require a different approach, starting with your unique value proposition. What do you do differently that actually helps people? Consider what problem you solve in a way that's genuinely different from your competitors. Avoid clickbait and empty promises that damage trust. Include your authentic expertise and experience. And test by asking, does this reflect my brand personality and the way I actually work with clients? Just a warning about the template trap. It is tempting to copy viral formats and use AI to generate formulas, but I'd urge you to resist them and don't default to listicle formats unless they genuinely serve your message. Avoid overused power words that have started to lose all meaning. And skip emotional manipulation tactics that might get clicks but could damage your relationships. And don't copy competitor styles. That's how everyone ends up sounding the same. Always stay true to your natural communication style because that's what makes you memorable. Here's your complete AI-enhanced headline workflow. And this is where you can see how AI supports your creative process here. Starting with step 1, brain dumping your main message. What are you actually trying to communicate? Step 2, writing 2 to 3 headline attempts in your own natural voice, just like you'd say it to a colleague. Step 3 is where AI comes in. Ask it for variations based on your initial attempts and brain dump, specifically asking it to maintain your tone and style. Step 4, have AI suggest different angles or approaches to your same core message. This will give you options you might not have thought of. And step 5, you choose what sounds most like you and serves your audience best. For example, you might start with how we helped increase productivity in our client's remote team. Asking AI for variations maintaining a professional but approachable tone, it might suggest the simple change that boosted our client's team productivity by 40%, or what we learned helping a remote team work better together. You then choose the option that feels most authentic to your voice and most valuable to your readers. And remember that we don't want AI to create our headlines from scratch, but to help us explore different ways to express our own authentic message more effectively. The human brain dump and initial intents assure the AI variations stay true to our voice and expertise. Great headlines aren't really about clever wordplay. They're about clearly communicating your authentic message in a way that resonates with your specific audience. In our next module, we're going to look at storytelling with soul, showing you how to use AI to enhance your real experiences and examples without losing the human connection that makes stories so powerful.